70% of lottery winners are broke within the first 3 years. Oh my God, they're so stupid. No, they're not. And it's not because they didn't try. Their nervous system had a ceiling, and when they hit it, they blew it up. And before you say, well, that's them, I don't even play the lottery. When was the last time something good happened in your life and you found a way to ruin it? That's what we're talking about today. Before we get into that, I'm Roneshia. And if nobody has checked on you today, that's exactly why I'm here.
Tired of just surviving, ready to heal. Gotta take some action, do more than kneel. I kept blaming.
Now, I need to say something that might make you a little uncomfortable and relieved at the same time. Self-sabotage is not a character flaw. It's not a lack of discipline. It's not even the devil. Uh-oh. Well, not only the devil, because see, my deliverance brain, I'm like, girl, you know, self-sabotage is tied to the spirit of rejection, and it's not only the devil. Self-sabotage is your brain doing exactly what it was designed to do. Keep you safe. The problem is it's keeping you safe based on a program that was installed long before you were even old enough to understand what the heck was going on, before you were old enough to question it, before you were old enough to even know you had a choice. Here's the shift I need you to make right now. Self-sabotage is not self-destruction. It's self-preservation based on outdated information. Your brain would genuinely rather choose known pain over unknown pleasure. It would rather stay in the familiar, even if the familiar is exhausting, even if it's lonely, even if it is literally killing you slowly or softly, like Lauryn Hill said. It'll rather do that than to risk the unknown, even if the unknown is everything you've been praying for. That's what we're unpacking today. Why it happens, where it comes from, and what you can actually do about it. I should have had my crown on because I used to be the queen of self-sabotage. Okay, so let's define this properly, because this is another buzz phrase that gets thrown around a lot, and some people don't understand what it actually means. And my weave, but it's real. Self-sabotage is when you act in ways that undermine your own goals. And it lives on a spectrum. On the mild end, procrastination, you've got a deadline and suddenly you find yourself in a YouTube or TikTok rabbit hole concerning something you don't even care about for real. I see you. On the more severe end, you quit the job right when it was going well. You pick a fight in the relationship right when it felt safe. You stop showing up for the thing you said you wanted most. Here's the brain science behind it, because I need you to stop blaming yourself. There's a part of your brain called the basal ganglia. So its whole job is to encode repeated behaviors as automatic responses. So if chaos was normal for you growing up, if inconsistency was your home, if love was conditional or felt conditional, if safety felt temporary, your brain didn't just survive that. It memorized it. It filed it right under, well, this is just what life is. So when things get calm, when things get consistent, when success starts knocking, hello, your nervous system doesn't go, wonderful, this is what I've been working toward. It goes, something's wrong. This doesn't feel like home. Y'all know how some people have this huge fear of failure? I had this fear of success. After getting into therapy and doing like some self-work, I was like, what is the issue here, here, and here? Oh, I'm afraid that it may actually work. It's crazy. And then you turn around and self-sabotage. Not on purpose, not consciously. It's just that your nervous system has been running this protection program that you never agreed to install. Now let's go deeper, because the question isn't just, well, what's self-sabotage? But where did this programming actually come from? The answer for most women watching this is it starts with a worthiness wound. Don't get me started. No baby is born believing they are not worth the love. I need you to sit with that. You were not born thinking you were too much. You were not born thinking that you were hard to love or that you needed to earn your place in a room. That was taught. That was demonstrated. That was repeated until your nervous system believed it as a fact. And here's how you know you have a worthiness wound. Someone compliments you, and your first instinct is to deflect it. Oh, it's nothing. Girl, you crazy. I only paid so and so for this. Girl, this was on the clearance rack. You think so? I was just lucky. You're not being humble. You're rejecting data that contradicts what you learned to believe about yourself.
Oh my god.
Your nervous system literally cannot receive it. And here's the one that's sneaky. That excessive apologizing. How many times a day do you say, I'm sorry, when you have done absolutely nothing wrong? I'm sorry, can I ask a question? I'm sorry to bother you. I'm sorry, Every time you do that, you are training your nervous system that your existence is an inconvenience, that you owe the world an apology for taking up space. And that belief, I'm not worth it, is more common than you would think. Research suggests that about 80% of people carry some version of it. 80%. So if you've been walking around thinking something is uniquely broken about you, you are not alone in this. You are in very crowded company. Now I want to talk about where the worthiness wound normally gets planted. Don't skip this part. This is where most people want to end the conversation. Baby, this is where the real healing lives. The mother wound is not just about having a bad mom. A lot of women watching this had mothers who kept the lights on, fed them, kept them clothed, and also were not emotionally there, not safe, not warm, not available in a way a child needs. That is the mother wound. When your mother gave you physical provision but not emotional presence, when she patched up your cuts but not your heart, when you learned very early that her love had conditions, that you had to be the right kind of daughter, say the right thing, not need too much in order to feel loved at all. If that was your experience, here's what that planted in you: a deep, quiet belief that you had to earn your place. That love isn't just something you can receive, but it's something you have to perform for. And you have been performing ever since. Signs of the mother wound? I'm glad you asked. You feel responsible for everyone's emotions. You never feel like you're doing enough. You shrink yourself in rooms where you should be taking up space. You have a voice in your head that sounds suspiciously like criticism, and it never takes a day off. The father wound operates differently but lands in the same place. A father who was absent, critical, emotionally unavailable, or abusive, he left a question on the inside of you. Question is, let me stop. The question is, am I worth showing up for? And here's the thing about both of these wounds that nobody talks about enough. They don't stay in the past. They follow you into your relationships, the one you choose, the ones you stayed in too long, the ones you blew up before they could leave you first, into your business, into the moment something good finally happens and some part of you decides to burn it down. By fire and by force. Listen, I know what that's like. I'm trying to tell you. I grew up with verbal abuse from my mother after my father died when I was 12. I know exactly what it feels like to want love from somebody who is physically present and emotionally, baby, child, I don't know where you at. And I know what it's like to carry that wound into every room and every relationship you walk into and not even realize it. The healing isn't about blaming them. It's about understanding what your nervous system learned so you can teach it something new. Real quick, if you're feeling this video, drop me a pink heart in the comments, please and thank you. It'll only take a few seconds and it's going to help other women find this video that needs this. If you are not subscribed yet, do it now. We lit over here. I drop new videos every week, and at this point, I go live whenever I feel like it, but I'm gonna get back on that for real, for real. Okay, let's keep going. So now you understand the wound, you understand where the programming came from. The question is, why does your body keep running this program even after you consciously know better? Because knowledge doesn't automatically update your nervous system. I cannot tell you how many women have told me, I've read all the books, I've been to therapy, I've done all the right things, and they are still stuck, still self-sabotaging, and still blowing up good things. That's because healing It's not an intellectual exercise. Your nervous system doesn't care what you know. It cares what it has practiced. There's something called functional freeze, and this is especially for the high achieving women who are in the room right now. Functional freeze is when you are outwardly doing everything right, going to work, showing up, being the responsible one. But inside, you feel nothing, or you feel numb, or you feel like you have been watching your life from behind a glass. You are functional on the outside, but frozen on the inside. Think of it like this. Imagine you are in a car with your foot on the gas and the brake at the same time. The car is moving, but the engine is working twice as hard. You're burning twice the fuel, going half the speed. That's a lot of you right now. When I start lying, somebody please come and get me. And then there's the fawn response. And the church needs to hear this part. Fawning is when you keep yourself safe by taking care of everybody else. Saying yes when you really mean no. Smiling through things that are actively hurting you. Overriding your own needs so nobody gets uncomfortable around you. The church calls that servanthood. Sometimes it is, and sometimes it's just trauma wearing a spiritual costume. Happy Halloween. Honey, you deserve to know the difference. So here's what I want you to do this week. Not a 17-step plan. Just this. First, stop apologizing for existing. If you haven't seen the video I released last week on that, go watch it. Thank you. I want you to catch yourself 3 times this week saying I'm sorry when you haven't done anything wrong. Replace it with thank you. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for understanding. You're not just playing language swap, you're rewiring your nervous system. Second, I want you to accept one compliment without deflecting it. Somebody says you did a great job. Your response, thank you. I worked hard on that. Not, oh girl, that was nothing. Or, oh, I just got lucky. Receive it. Let your body learn what it feels like to be worth praise. Third, do one thing slightly off script. You can share a win with a safe person. Post something before it's perfect. Text back the person you were avoiding because things were going too well and it made you nervous. Give your nervous system a gentle surprise. It needs to learn that good things don't always end badly. If you have been nodding through this entire video, you already know that you need more than a YouTube video. As a woman who grew up in a house where chaos was the love language, who survived verbal abuse from my mother, rejection in the church, and years for performing for a love I should have been given, I built something specifically for what we talked about today. It's called the Clarity Reset. It's a 7-day workbook and audio library. It's designed to help you identify the exact patterns that are keeping you stuck. The survival mode, the worthiness wounds, the nervous system programming, and begin actually dismantling them. It's not therapy, and it's not a 47 module course that you'll never finish. It's a 7-day focused course, and it gets to the root of the behavior. It also comes with some awesome bonuses. It's $197. The link is in the description. Go check it out for yourself. If you are done surviving your own life and ready to actually live the one that God promised you, that is your next step. You were not built for this level of exhaustion, and healing is not supposed to feel this hard alone. I'll see you inside. Don't forget to subscribe if this video helped you. Share it with a woman in your life who is holding everything together but quietly falling apart. If you want to go deeper on the mother wound, I believe I have some videos in my inner healing playlist concerning that. I will see you there.